The massive ship appeared above Earth on a quiet Tuesday morning. It blocked the sun over the Pacific Ocean and cast a shadow that stretched across 3 continents. People stopped their cars on highways. Children pointed at the sky from school playgrounds. News channels abandoned their regular programming. The world held its breath. The ship was beautiful in a terrifying way. Its surface was smooth like black glass, and strange lights pulsed along its edges in patterns that seemed almost alive. It was bigger than any city on Earth. Scientists estimated it was nearly 800 kilometers long. Nothing humanity had ever built came close to its size. For 3 days, the ship simply waited. Governments around the world tried every form of communication they could imagine. Radio signals, laser pulses, mathematical sequences, and even simple light patterns. The ship remained silent. On the 4th day, it finally responded. A beam of light shot down from the ship and struck the empty desert in Nevada. When the light faded, a structure stood there. It was a building made of the same black material as the ship, shaped like a half-circle rising from the sand. A single door opened on its front. 3 beings walked out. They were tall, nearly 3 meters in height. Their bodies were thin and covered in scales that shifted colors as they moved. They had 4 arms each, and their heads were elongated with large, dark eyes that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. They wore robes of silver and gold that flowed like water around their strange forms. The tallest one spoke. Its voice came from everywhere at once, translated somehow into every language on Earth. "We are the collective. We have watched your species for 200 of your years. We have studied your wars, your diseases, your failures, and your small successes. We have come to offer you a choice." World leaders gathered through video conferences. The United Nations called an emergency session. Military forces around the globe went to their highest alert levels. The whole planet listened as they continued to speak. The galaxy is not empty. There are thousands of civilizations among the stars. There is order here, maintained by those with the power to enforce it. Your species has reached a point where you will soon venture beyond your small world. This cannot be allowed without supervision. The alien paused. Its dark eyes seemed to look at every human on Earth at the same time. "You will surrender your independence. Your governments will be dissolved. Your military forces will be dismantled. Your technology will be controlled by us. In return, you will be given peace. You will be given protection. You will become part of something greater than yourselves." The leader of the raised 2 of its 4 hands. "You have 7 of your days to accept. If you refuse, we will take what we offer. Your primitive weapons cannot harm us. Your small ships cannot reach us. Your defiance will only bring suffering. Choose wisely." The 3 aliens walked back into their black building. The door closed behind them. The world erupted. Some people wanted to surrender immediately. They pointed at the massive ship in the sky and asked what choice humanity really had. They spoke of peace and protection. They talked about the foolishness of fighting against such advanced technology. Others refused to even consider it. Admiral Wei stood before the combined military leadership of Earth on the 6th day. She was 62 years old, with gray hair cut short and eyes that had seen 3 wars. She had helped build Earth's small fleet of space-capable vessels, ships that were meant for exploration and defense against asteroids, ships that seemed like toys compared to the alien vessel above. "They made a mistake," she said. "They told us we have 7 days. They gave us time to think, time to plan, time to remember who we are." General Stone from the United States leaned forward. "With respect, Admiral, what can we possibly do? Our best weapons can barely reach their ship. Even if they could, we have no idea if they would cause any damage." Admiral smiled. It was not a happy smile. "They have been watching us for 200 years. They have seen our wars. They have seen what we do to each other when we are angry, when we are desperate, when we are afraid. And yet they still think we will simply bow down." She pressed a button, and images appeared on the screen behind her. They see our divisions, our conflicts, our inability to agree on anything. They see weakness, but they have made a critical error in their observation. The images showed moments from human history, soldiers charging into impossible battles, cities rebuilt from ruins, people standing together against floods and fires and earthquakes, scientists working through the night to solve impossible problems. They do not understand that our divisions are not weakness. They are the result of passion. We fight with each other because we care so deeply about everything. And when something from outside threatens all of us, when something tries to take away our freedom, our future, our very right to exist as we choose, those divisions disappear. Admiral turned to face the assembled leaders. We are not going to surrender, we are going to fight, and we are going to win. The seventh day arrived. The diplomat stepped out of the black building, expecting to receive humanity's surrender. Instead, he found a single human woman waiting for him. She was young, perhaps 30 years old, wearing a simple suit. Her name was Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and she had been chosen to deliver humanity's response. "We have considered your offer," she said. Her voice did not shake. The alien looked down at her with those dark, absorbing eyes. "And your decision?" Sarah smiled. It was the same smile Admiral had worn. "No." The alien's scales flickered with colors that might have indicated surprise. "You understand what this means. You understand that we will take what you refuse to give. I understand that you have made a terrible mistake. You came here expecting sheep. You found wolves." They made a sound that could have been laughter. "Your confidence is amusing. Your species has achieved nothing of significance. Your weapons are primitive. Your ships are weak. What do you possibly think you can do against the collective?" Sarah reached into her pocket and pulled out a small device. She held it up so the alien could see. "Do you know what this is?" The alien studied it. "A communication device, simple technology." "Yes, and right now, this simple device is connected to every military command center on Earth, to every ship in our fleet, to every nuclear facility, to every hidden bunker where we have spent the last 6 days preparing for this moment." The alien scales flickered again. "You cannot be serious. Nuclear weapons. Against our ship, you would poison your own planet before you could scratch our hull." "Oh, we are not going to use nuclear weapons against your ship. Not yet, anyway. We are going to use something much more dangerous." Sarah pressed a button on the device. "Humanity." Across the planet, ships launched. Not just military vessels, but civilian craft, cargo haulers, research stations, anything that could fly and carry weapons. They had spent 6 days converting, arming, and preparing thousands of vehicles for this moment. In laboratories around the world, scientists activated experimental weapons that had been deemed too dangerous for use against other humans, that fired projectiles at a fraction of the speed of light, directed energy weapons that could melt through rock, biological agents designed to attack specific genetic sequences. In space, the massive alien ship detected the swarm of human vessels approaching. It was like watching insects attack a giant. The first wave was destroyed easily. The second wave followed immediately. Then the third. Then the fourth. The humans kept coming. On Earth, massive electromagnetic pulses were fired at the alien ship. They did nothing to damage it, but they disrupted its sensors for crucial seconds. During those seconds, a small team of human astronauts attached themselves to the ship's hull. They carried nuclear devices modified with alien technology recovered from a crashed probe decades earlier. The explosions ripped holes in the previously invincible ship. The diplomat stared at Sarah with something that might have been fear. "How you were supposed to be primitive, divided, weak." Sarah stepped closer to the alien. "You watched us for 200 years and learned nothing. You saw us fight each other and thought we could not unite. You saw our failures and ignored our successes. You saw what we did when we were comfortable and missed what we do when we are desperate." She pointed at the sky, where more human ships were launching, where the alien vessel was now showing visible damage, where fires burned along its once perfect surface. "We are the species that walked out of caves and conquered a planet. We are the species that cured diseases that killed millions. We are the species that split atoms and walked on moons. We do not surrender. We do not give up. And we absolutely do not bow down to anyone who threatens to take our freedom." The battle lasted 3 weeks. The ship was massive and powerful, but it had come expecting surrender, not war. It had enough weapons to destroy cities, but not enough to stop an entire planet fighting with everything it had. Humanity lost millions of people. Cities were destroyed. Ships were vaporized by the thousands. But every time the aliens destroyed something, humans built something new. Every time they thought they had broken human resistance, humans found another way to fight back. In the end, it was not one great victory that defeated the. It was a million small ones. Human ships ramming alien fighters. Ground forces capturing alien technology and turning it against its makers. Scientists cracking alien codes and disabling weapon systems. Ordinary people refusing to stop, refusing to break, refusing to accept that they could not win. When the great ship finally fell from the sky, crashing into the Pacific Ocean it had once shadowed, humanity did not celebrate. They had lost too much for celebration, but they had proven something to themselves and to the galaxy. Admiral stood on the bridge of what remained of Earth's flagship. She was wounded, exhausted, and 20 years older than she had been 3 weeks before. But she was alive, and so was humanity. "Send a message," she said, "to every frequency, every wavelength. Let the whole galaxy hear it." The communication officer nodded. "What should it say, Admiral?" Looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, the collective and all the other civilizations of the galaxy were watching. They had seen a primitive species refuse to surrender. They had seen an impossible victory. "Tell them this: Earth is not for conquest. Humanity is not for chains. And if anyone else wants to try what they tried, we will be waiting." The message went out. Across the galaxy, 1,000 civilizations received it. Some laughed. Some dismissed it as the boasting of primitives. But others remembered what they had just witnessed. A species that should have lost, a species that had every reason to surrender, had instead chosen to fight. And they had won. In the years that followed, humanity did not retreat back to their planet. They did not hide from the galaxy that had tried to enslave them. Instead, they built. They expanded. They took the technology from the fallen ship and combined it with their own inventions. Within 50 years, human ships traveled between stars. Within 100 years, human colonies dotted a dozen worlds. And everywhere they went, they carried the same message they had sent on that first day of their galactic existence. "We will not surrender, we will not bow, we are humanity, and we are here to stay." The galaxy had wanted servants. Instead, it got something far more dangerous. It got a species that had learned to fight against the impossible, a species that had tasted freedom and would never give it up, a species that would rather burn than kneel. The collective had demanded surrender. Humanity had responded with a galactic war. And when the smoke cleared, it was humanity that still stood. It was humanity that reached for the stars. And it was humanity that would never, ever stop fighting for its place among them. This was not the end of humanity's story. It was only the beginning.